In this video, we are going to talk about 5 core wounds of the Fearful Avoidant Attachment Style. I am Pauline and I am so happy you are here because knowing the core wounds will really help you not feel alone, not feel weird for having them. And these are just 5 core wounds. Unfortunately, the Fearful Avoidant Attachment Style, out of all the attachment styles, probably has the most core wounds. And what I mean by core wound is this is where the most pain is associated with. So when this gets triggered or when you think these things, you feel a lot of pain, shame, guilt. That's what makes it a core wound, and that's how you recognize it. So let's dive in. One of the main, I think one of the main core wounds of the fearful avoidant attachment style is the pervasive feeling that you're always doing something wrong. So this could also be a belief, I'm just always doing something wrong. And it could be that it's a slight variation of this. So it could be that I will eventually always do something wrong, or I just always fuck up. It can be a slight variation, just whatever like gives that feeling of fear and pain. But most FAs have this or something like it as a core wound. So that feeling that you're always doing something wrong and you don't know what. A lot of times you don't know what. And that is just a very, very painful, confusing state to live in. And it's not true. But you get this feeling because you had this feeling as a child. I think a lot of fearful avoidance had parents that were controlling and manipulative and authoritative. And when you made a mistake, they weren't super kind and loving and understanding and respectful about it, out of their own wounds and out of their own fear and out of their own insecurity. But that gave you the feeling that making mistakes is a very, very bad thing, but also that it could happen at any time. Because I think another thing that a lot of FAs have experienced as a child was the unpredictability of a parent. So a parent could just get angry out of nowhere or could get very critical out of nowhere. And as an adult, you might be able to look back and see, and I hope you do, that that really had to do with that parent feeling probably insecure at that time, or feeling overwhelmed, and then being critical of someone or lashing out can give a sense of relief, and that had nothing to do with you. But it can, as a child, you always think everything has to do with you and it's all your fault. That's just a very normal developmental thing in a child's brain. So you think, oh, well, mommy or daddy is always getting angry or always getting critical. I must always be doing something wrong. And when that unpredictability comes in, that's very hard, because then you just assume or adopt this belief that I am just always doing something wrong, even when I don't feel like I'm doing something wrong, which leads you to always be on guard, always feel bad about yourself, and not trust your inner instincts or whatever comes naturally to you. So that is the first core wound that a lot of pain can be associated with. A second core wound is people will hurt me. And for FAs, this can actually mean physically. You can be scared, even when you're not completely consciously aware of it, that people will attack you, physically attack you, and that they will hurt you. So either physically or emotionally. And I remember when I had this, I thought everybody must have this, that they are afraid of getting shot, that they are afraid of just, people coming up to them and beating them up. And I think I talked about this before, but I was always so scared that people would come to my house and knock on my door, and I would open and they would come to beat me up because they were angry I did something wrong. And so I hid in my house quite literally on the couch, close the curtains to the street. And a lot of times I just didn't answer the door if I didn't know for sure who was there. And the thing is that I didn't realize that that was actually not healthy in a way, that that was not something other people do, that other people actually don't have that fear. But I do hear it a lot from FAs that when they walk down the street, that they are scared that they will get attacked, and that can actually be pretty graphic, that you can see it or that you can feel it. I had that feeling too, and this can be a bit this is a bit brutal, but I just don't want you to feel alone in this. So when I would walk down the street, I could actually sometimes feel what it felt like getting shot in the back. And I've never been shot in the back, but I would just feel that in my body. And it was the craziest thing. And for a long time, I thought, well, maybe in a past life, I've experienced that, and who knows, that could be too. But it was that deep fear of getting hurt and people hurting me and attacking me. Even if you've never had that when you were a child, your mom and dad never physically hurt you or abused you, this can still be a fear that comes up. And so might be able to imagine that engaging with people and letting people come close is actually quite hard if you have this underlying fear and looking for a word, can't find it, that people will hurt you and will physically attack you. It just feels very unsafe, and that can come and go, but maybe you recognize it. And if so, know that you are not alone, and know that when you heal your fearful avoidant attachment style, you will heal this too. I have not had those fears or visualizations, or how do you call it. I have not had them for years now, and I feel quite safe. The third one is I am powerless. This is also a core wound, in the sense that when you were a child, you were powerless. So whatever happened in your home, whether it was emotional abuse, physical abuse, you did not have a choice to leave the home, to set up boundaries if your parents didn't honor those, and chances are they didn't. So you did feel powerless. And that is a shitty feeling, and that's an understatement. Feeling powerless is like you already feel so bad and empty and tired of fighting, and you can't do anything about it. Like you always have to be on guard and have to be able to fight in any moment, because you can't get out of this situation. And what I see a lot in the healing journey of the girls I help is that a lot of them do this themselves. Like, oh, I think I will never get out of this. What if I'm the only one that will never heal? What if I'm different than everybody else, and I don't think I can do it, So that feeling of I am powerless is pretty strong. It's not true though, because gosh, if anything, the fearful avoidants are the most powerful, because you are here. You are watching this video. You are here. You have survived a lot of things that a lot of other people haven't even come into contact with. You are stronger than you think, and you are stronger than most other people, even if you don't feel strong, even if you feel very powerless. And that is another part of this, that you have that core wound of I am powerless and I can't do anything and I can't get out of this and I'm stuck, which comes from you being a small child, being stuck at home. But there's also the belief or just the assumption that you have to be powerless. Because when you did have controlling and manipulative and authoritative parents, they actually, whether they knew it or not, and probably they didn't consciously know it, they wanted you in that powerless position because they felt powerful through that. So when somebody wants control, so when a parent wants control, and a lot of parents of fearful avoidance want control, you don't want your child to feel too powerful because you're afraid you will lose control when they want something different from you, when they do something that you don't want. So a lot of parents unconsciously, unknowingly place their children in this position of being powerless and having to feel powerless to be safe. Because being powerful wasn't safe. That would mean your parent felt insecure, felt like he or she was losing control, and would use anything to gain back that sense of control and power. And that probably meant lashing out at you or manipulating you. So you have this belief, I am powerless, I can't do anything about it, and I have to be, so it's not safe to heal it. And it's very important and so valuable that you're here and that you know this now, because when you heal this, I have to be powerful, then you can heal the I am powerless, or sorry, I have to be powerless, then you can heal the I am powerless. As long as you don't know that there's an assumption or a belief that you have to be powerless, it's very hard to heal the core wound of I am powerless. And when you feel more and more powerful, it becomes easier and easier to heal the other core wounds. Then the fourth core wound is I am a bad person. And I think a lot of the insecure attachment styles have this in different or varying ways. But the fearful avoidant definitely has that too, and has a big impact, because you will not allow people to come close as long as you think and believe that you are a bad person. So what you do is people come close, and the moment you think, what if they find out I'm a bad person? What if they find something out that will make them leave me or will reject me? That's when you push them away. And that's the fearful avoidant dynamic. Just come here, go away, pull in and push away. So when you have this belief, I am a bad person, you will not allow people to come closer. So change that belief to I am a good person. And the closer people come, the more they will see it. Make that your affirmation, make that your mantra, and you will see that you think very differently and approach relationships, all kinds of relationships, friendships, very differently. And then the last one is I am unsafe. And that has to do with all the other core wounds, but that is just a very strong feeling a lot of fearful avoidants have, that they are unsafe in the world. And a lot of them also believe that that's normal, that a lot of people, if not everybody, has that. And it's not true. A lot of people actually feel very safe in the world, even if they are in pretty dire situations. And I remember what really helped me in this was that I read about a woman living in a war area. And I don't remember what war area. This is 8 years ago that I read that. But she said, no, I feel safe. I hear bombs falling and I know people get killed, but I feel safe. And what she said was, because I feel safe, I always happen to be in places that are safe, or I always happen to do something that leads me to safety. And that just struck such a chord with me, that I thought, wow, if you can even feel safe in a war area, then I have to be able to feel safe in very safe, my very safe country of the Netherlands. So that feeling of unsafety is just a feeling. It doesn't mean you are unsafe, even if you are in a pretty bad climate in whatever way. So that is definitely something you can heal too. And I wish I could show you, I could let you feel what it feels like to feel safe in the world, to feel safe in your body, to feel safe with other people, because it's such a liberation. And you can and will experience that. It is so possible. It is so possible. All right, so these were 5 core wounds of the fearful avoidant attachment style. There are more. I might do a part 2. If you're interested, let me know in the comments below. And healing these core wounds is really so valuable, and it's kind of like a flywheel, as I was saying. When you heal the I am powerless, it's easier to heal the other core wounds. So that's what we will do in my online program that I'm developing for the Fearful Avoidant Attachment Style specifically. If you're interested in that, please find the link in the description for the waitlist. You can put yourself on the waitlist, and I will update you how it's going and when it's going to be available. And if there's any questions you have, any other things you want to know about the Fearful Avoidant Attachment Style, let me know in the comments below. I am so happy you are here as always, and you are so very valuable.